Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Our top story today at noon, the trial of a former Sarasota County Sheriff's deputy continuing today with opening statements. Frank Bybee is charged with attempted murder. He's accused of befriending an elderly woman, stealing her money, and then trying to kill her while making it look like a suicide. This morning, the first witness for the state was on the stand. It's Detective Cassandra Gaeta with the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. She responded to the scene at the victim's home. The victim is also expected to take the stand later this afternoon. Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help to find a registered sex offender. Ronald Correa is wanted on charges of lewd and lascivious molestation of a 3-year-old child. Deputies say the child's parents reported he made inappropriate contact twice with their toddler. Correa was temporarily staying at the family's home at the time and did not report his address to law enforcement. His home was vacant when deputies tried to arrest him. Manatee County Animal Services still has pets that were found during Hurricane Irma. Several dogs and cats were misplaced and sent to the shelter, and now they're trying to find their owners. If you lost your dog or cat during the storm, you can visit mymanatee.org/pets and click on Lost and Found Pets. You must have proof of ownership to claim your pet, and all redemption fees to claim those lost pets will be waived through this Saturday. Time to get a first check now on our weather. Meteorologist John Scalzi's here. Yeah, John?
Get those pets chipped.
Yes.
Very important.
Just scan your pet and they know who the owner is.
Yeah.
It's that quick.
Yeah. And they have, events throughout the year,
Yeah.
watch for those where it's either low cost or no cost to
Yeah.
get your animal chipped.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing to do. Another hot one coming up again today. I tell you what, we'll probably hit the 90-degree mark once again across lots of the viewing area, and still not a lot of rainfall around, but maybe over the weekend, we'll start to see the rain get a little bit heavy at times. So I'm wondering what my grass will be like under all that storm debris once we put a little water in the mix and start things up.
I don't think it's doing well,
I don't think it's doing well right now anyway. That ways the webcam put into motion shows pretty clear skies across the region with only a few fair weather clouds from time to time. Nothing that's producing any rainfall right now, but I think as we head into the afternoon, like the last couple of days, you may see a few inland showers. That's about it, though. You can see gathering clouds down to the south, especially south of Cuba. That moisture is slowly going to lift northward and erode away the dry air that has been in place over the state of Florida over the last couple of days. We'll be talking about that in detail in a few minutes. It has implications for our weekend forecast. Titan radar not showing a lot of activity now, putting it into loop mode. You just don't see a whole lot of activity. Down in the southern tip of the state, there have been a few showers, even a thunderstorm or two, but that's about it. For us, maybe a 10% chance of storms. A little bit higher in inland areas, maybe 20 or 30% in inland areas, but still kind of isolated and just here and there. Daytime highs will again be near the 90 mark or slightly above, and the feels like temperature even warmer than that this afternoon. So a couple of warm days. We'll be able to shave a little bit off those daytime highs as we head into the weekend, but that's going to be because of cloud cover and rain. We'll talk all about that coming up in just a few. Back to you, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. An engineering firm finds no evidence of a cancer cluster at Bayshore High School. Some people believe the area around that school was responsible for dozens of cancer cases involving former Bayshore students. Test results from groundwater samples at the school show there are not any problems, so that water is deemed safe. The firm says they've identified 8 possible sources of contamination, which includes materials with asbestos and 2 irrigation wells, all of which they concluded are very minimal risk to students.
At least we know that the students and the faculty that are there now are safe, and they will not be exposed to the things that we were potentially exposed to.
We need to follow through with the health department doing their work that would determine whether or not there truly is a cancer cluster there. And that really should have been step 1. And then everything behind that would kind of give us guidance.
For those who believe there is a cancer cluster connection to the Bayshore campus, they say they'll keep searching for answers. Now to the arrest of a nearly 3-decade-old murder case in Florida. A 54-year-old woman is accused in the death of her husband's ex-wife in Palm Beach County. Authorities arrested Sheila Keene Warren in Virginia Tuesday in the death of Marlene Warren. Marlene?
She's been charged with first-degree murder with the firearm of Marlene Warren. She's been transported to the Abington facility of the Southwest Virginia Regional Jail in Abington, where she is awaiting extradition back to Palm Beach County, Florida.
Arlene Warren was shot in the face after she opened her front door for a clown who was carrying flowers and balloons. Authorities say Sheila Keene was the person in that clown costume. She later married the victim's husband in 2002 and became Sheila Keene Warren. Officials say they suspected her in the beginning, but did not have enough evidence to make an arrest. New technology, though, allowed them to reopen the case in 2014. Still to come in your Suncoast News, Texans are starting to recover from Hurricane Harvey. One man survived a deadly bacteria. And we'll have reaction to the latest failed Republican health care bill in Washington.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small,
I mean, really moves me.
wonder.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder, high performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
The ABC7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. Download yours today.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Looking at an air temperature coming in at 88 degrees with a dew point of 74. Southeast wind now at about 9. We'll probably get up to about 91 degrees today, 90, 91, just as we have over the last several days. Plenty of sunshine around today, and I don't think we're going to see much in the way of rainfall once again. Across the region, temperatures already closing in on that 90-degree mark in Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca, Northport, Punta Gorda. Even Sarasota and Bradenton coming in the upper 80s now at 88 degrees. 86 in Venice, 87 in Parrish, 85 at Boca Grande. So across the region, Titan radar not picking up a lot of rain showers currently along the west coast. We had a few earlier on the east coast, and we have some persistent heavier moisture down to the south, which is leading to a few scattered showers and thunderstorms there. I think as we head into the afternoon, we'll probably see a thunderstorm or two, maybe, in inland areas. That's not out of the question. 30% chance of that. Not quite what we would normally see at this time of year. We're still in the rainy season, but, you know, there'll be a few around, just as we've seen over the last several days. Near the coast, I don't think we're going to see a whole lot. We're just not, I don't think. We'll develop a sea breeze pushing everything inland, plus most of the moisture is located further down to the south. Now, if you want to find rain, you got to go back to the west. There's a frontal boundary kind of meandering through parts of, well, it kind of stretches down through Michigan, through the Ohio Valley, back into the open plains, and then down into the deep south into Texas, where there's some fairly heavy rainfall through Texas, up through Austin, into Oklahoma City. areas like that. If you're traveling to that part of the country, you could have some airport delays, but otherwise it looks pretty good. So this is the water vapor image. I've been showing this for a couple of days now because it has been the driving mechanism for a lot of the weather that we have been seeing here on the Sun Coast. The tan colorizations are the location of dry air in the atmosphere. A snapshot from space, colorized to show where the dry air is and where it is not. And in this image, I think you can kind of make out that the dry air is being eroded away from south to north as time goes on, and that will continue to be the case as we progress through time. Down to the south of us, there's a fair amount of moisture, and that's why we're seeing those radar echoes ongoing. And we'll see that kind of start to lift a little bit further to the north, giving us a little more moisture. That is ingredient number one. Now, ingredient number two comes in the form of this cold front. The cold front is sinking southward, and it will probably pull up brakes and eventually turn up stationary by about the weekend, right over north central Florida, maybe even a little south of us. Now, don't get excited. It's not bringing us any cooler weather. It's not going to be that potent a cold front, but what it will do is provide a little extra lift in the atmosphere. So you have more moisture, you got that little extra bit of lift. Now, the third ingredient has not developed yet, but some computer models do suggest that in this area of the Atlantic, a little area of low pressure will start to develop, and it'll move right across the center part of the state of Florida. Should that happen, then that will truly enhance our rainfall chances and bring us the potential for some heavier rain as we head into the weekend. Hasn't happened yet. We'll wait to see if it does, but in any event, our rain chances are going to go up because of the moisture in the front. So mostly inland showers today, a warm afternoon, again, temperatures near 90, mostly sunny skies, and not much of a rain chance this afternoon. Forecast for boating looks good. We'll have that wind coming in out of the west at about 10 knots this afternoon. Light chop, 2-foot seas, nice stuff out there. Not much in the way of rain showers. And then as we head into the weekend, we'll slowly be increasing the rain chances till we get to Saturday and Sunday. And then at least a 50% chance of rain, I think. And if that low develops and moves across the state, as some models suggest, the rainfall chance might be higher and the rain might be kind of heavy at times. Back to you, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. A Texas man is thankful to be alive after a flesh-eating bacteria threatened to take his hand, arm, and his life. All this because he helped his neighbors escape Hurricane Harvey's floodwaters. J.R. Atkins was apparently bitten by a mosquito while kayaking through floodwaters to check on neighbors as those floodwaters rose following Harvey. The small bite got wet, and before he knew it, his arm was swelling up. Doctors had to do 3 surgeries and give him 4 antibiotics to fight the infection.
You hear about fatalities, you hear about people losing limbs, you see just, I mean, there's a lot of really gruesome things that have happened to people out there.
Public health officials warn the threat is not over, even though the waters have now receded there. The bacteria can still be present on anything those floodwaters touched. Republican leaders say the Senate will not vote on the health care replacement bill after once again failing to secure enough support in the Senate. Jeff Goldberg spoke to protesters on Capitol Hill.
This group of Virginia families of children with disabilities was waiting to meet with Senator Tim Kaine when they heard the news the health care vote would not happen this week.
There were applause. we were very happy.
Samantha and Justin McGovern are the parents of 20-month-old Josephine, who was born prematurely and relies on Medicaid for chronic lung disease. They, like the other families visiting today with Senator Kaine, say they are relieved the GOP bill has failed, at least for now.
I know the fight's not over, but for right now, I'm hoping that this will encourage lawmakers to come to the table to do something bipartisan.
But right now, it's about feeling good about this today, passing this news on to the families, thanking them for their support.
The Republican effort suffering a major setback last night when GOP Senator Susan Collins of Maine said she would oppose the bill, joining GOP Senators Rand Paul and John McCain, effectively killing the bill.
It was clear to me that the Graham-Cassidy bill was not the answer.
Earlier today, opponents of the bill staging a so-called die-in, blocking the entrance to the Capitol subway inside the Russell Senate building. 9 people laying down in protest over proposed health care cuts.
I just opens up people's eyes.
Rolando Campos traveled from New York to be part of the resistance.
Because health care is a right for all. And when you start cutting back health care, you start affecting the livelihood of millions of people.
Well, President Trump threatened Republicans Tuesday that if they failed to act on health care, he would work then with Democrats on the issue. All right, let's get over to the kitchen now and check in with ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher, who has a guest with her today, the executive chef at Doctors Hospital. Judy?
You know, Scott, I'm really excited because I really like to eat healthy for the most part, bright flavors. And you're really bringing that, Chef Carrie, to the Doctors Hospital. So tell us what you're going to prepare today. People can learn how to make some healthy dishes at home.
Sure. We're going to prepare a chicken and mango lettuce wrap with fresh mint, and as well as a strawberry and avocado salsa with cinnamon and sugar tortilla chips.
I love this idea, and there's so many other things you can do it with substituting. It's going to be bright, it's going to be flavorful, and it's going to be good for you. So we're going to trust Chef Carrie. You need to trust us to come back in just a few minutes and see how we start to cook some fresh, clean eating.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Get the lowest prices of the year during the Ram Power Days event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Don't just settle for what's available at a smaller lot. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab at rock bottom pricing. Or spread out in your spacious new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
It's Willamania at the Players Center as the Will Rogers Follies takes the stage September 27th. Part homespun humor and part Ziegfeld Follies, this toe-tapping Tony Award musical is the start of our wild Broadway series. So call the Players at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You need to catch Willamania.
Start your day with Ray, Jacqueline, and John, the new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. on ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
For failing to protect the personal data of more than 15 million Californians. The suit filed on the same day that Equifax CEO Richard Smith stepped down. The lawsuit seeks restitution for California consumers as well as civil penalties. San Francisco's city attorney is the one responsible for the suit, alleging the company failed to implement and maintain reasonable security procedures, failed to provide timely notice of the breach, and failed to provide a complete, plain, and clear information to consumers.
A cascade of wrongs, and it would be, their incompetence would be comical if the impact wasn't so serious.
In an email statement, the spokesperson for Equifax wrote, quote, "We cannot comment on pending litigation, but want to reassure consumers that we are remaining focused on helping them navigate the situation and providing the best customer support possible." Delta flights worldwide will have free texting through a GoGo app starting Sunday. Free messaging will be available on flights for planes with 2 or more cabins. Delta has 1,300 planes worldwide, and all but 130 of them have Wi-Fi. That's according to a Delta spokeswoman. Delta passengers can message via iMessage, WhatsApp, and Facebook Messenger. But the service is only available for text use and does not support sending photo or video files. When asked if in-flight calls would be next, Delta CEO said, quote, "Never in my lifetime." A historic building in downtown Waterloo, Iowa is seeing new life as a Marriott Courtyard hotel. Elizabeth Amanier shows us the major transformations to this historic building.
There's a familiar sound coming from inside this soon-to-be Marriott Courtyard, and it's progress, just like its former tenant.
Starting to really take shape. It's starting to really look like it's going to happen.
This lobby is where John Deere used to manufacture its state-of-the-art tractors. But the hotel isn't parting ways with its past. General manager of the hotel, Kim Degood, says this Marriott Courtyard is embracing a tractor theme.
I love the fact that they're preserving as much as they are and that they were able to restore this building because it has a lot of history.
And progress has come a long way over the past couple of months as each floor and each room start to take shape, preserving a lot of the building's history, including these holes in the ceiling where John Deere used to hang their machines from on an assembly line.
You can see the little T marks is where they actually hung the engines up for John Deere. All of the windows that we could preserve, we matched the ones that we had to replace.
Outside, an inviting courtyard furnished with fire pits, outdoor seating, and a grill. And with a banquet, a bistro, and a restaurant, the hotel will be bringing close to 150 jobs to the area, boosting local economy, but also serving as a draw for future development.
We've had realtors and some developers come and look at the other land that is available, so we're hoping by them seeing this product that it will bring people into TechWorks.
That's Elizabeth Amanier reporting. The hotel is expected to open the second week of October, and once the hotel is open, she says they will begin the hiring process there. Back to the kitchen now. Check in again with Judy Gallagher and the executive chef at Doctors Hospital, Carrie Shalito.
You're going to love this recipe because it's simple, and in a hot week, we need it. So, Carrie, go ahead and get started.
All right, well, we're going to start with some chicken that actually there's a recipe on your website for that you can cook and let cool overnight.
And you could buy like a rotisserie chicken and do the same thing, just remove the skin, right?
You could, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of whatever chicken's in your house, but sometimes you want to add some soy or some chili sauce to give some flavor. We're going to add the fresh mango.
You say mango and I'm in the dish. I love it.
Green onions.
Perfect.
Then we have fresh grated ginger, and it's very important for it to be fresh because it really brings out the flavor in the dish.
And I can tell you're a professional chef by your dice. I mean, these are the type of things, you know, it's funny for people that don't cook. Nowadays in a lot of grocery stores, they sell things like onions already chopped, red pepper already chopped. That kind of helps you out a little bit to get involved in the kitchen and want to do it if there's not that much work.
Yeah. Next thing, we add the soy sauce. Now, you can use as much or as little as you like because remember, there's going to be some salt in the chicken as well.
Yep.
So you don't want to get too salty with that. Some rice wine vinegar, a little bit of tang.
Favorite.
And then honey. And again, this is going to add a lot of sweetness to the natural sugars in the mango. And again, you can use as much or as little as that as you'd like.
Perfect. And the pepper.
Yep, red pepper diced. And this is actually micro cilantro. We get this plus this other nice, beautiful herb over here from Cahaba Club. It's in Odessa, Florida. So I believe the website, yeah, it's local. And the website should be on the recipe.
Great. So you can go on mysuncoast.com, click on dining, click on recipes, and you're going to be able to find this. Okay, so what's, more microgreen?
This is actually fresh mint.
Beautiful.
A little bit of fresh mint. Now you want to add some sesame oil.
You're using all my favorite ingredients because anything
correct.
that has an Asian twist to it, little Maggi chili sauce, mangoes, I'm loving this.
A little sweet and salty. And then this is jalapeno. So this is just a little bit of kick.
All right. Now I imagine you could substitute anything. Shrimp, you could do pineapple instead of mango.
Yeah, anything, anything you'd like. Any protein, you can make a vegetarian. You can use low sodium or gluten-free soy sauce to make sure that it is a gluten-free dish.
Perfect.
This is another thing called Chef's Mix from the Cahaba Club, and it's just a beautiful flowery mix that you can put in and garnish with as well.
And I thank you for giving us the information on your recipes so we can put it up on the website so people know where to order that from. It's about 15 seconds left. So is this basically it? And we just fill the lettuce
That's
cups?
it. And then, yeah, we'll plate it up and You just basically have little lettuce, more so tacos than wraps. But
You
they're
know
nice little
what?
finger food.
It's perfect. And you're going to be able to get this recipe and the next one coming up, but we're not done. We have a strawberry salsa coming up in a few minutes. So stay with us. We'll be back for some more healthy, light cooking with Doctors Hospital.
The Alfa Romeo Stelvio takes the modern compact luxury crossover and injects it with personality.
Every crossover should be this good to drive.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Attention Sarasota and surrounding cities. It's the final days of the Bacon's Furniture Relocation Sell-Off. We must liquidate everything in the store at huge savings as fast as possible. Do not miss this opportunity to purchase quality sofas, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio furniture, mattresses, and more. All at the absolute lowest prices possible. Don't miss the final days of the Bacon's Furniture and Design Relocation Sell-Off. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Watch your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck.
I went in skeptical and came away impressed.
Stelvio can spring from a standstill to 60 miles per hour in 5.4 seconds, a segment best.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. The World Rowing Championships has hit the midway point at Nathan Benderson Park in North Sarasota. Many people are walking in this hour to watch the rowing action, and today is the quarterfinals in the event. It's the busiest day of the week so far. It's also Military and First Responders Day. And earlier, we talked with a very appreciative Korean War veteran.
This is once in a lifetime, the world champion here in Sarasota. You can't pass it up.
1,000 students have been there for this week to form from 50 different schools. Adults and children can get in for free on the grounds, but will have to buy tickets to see the games from the bleachers. 2 terror groups are claiming responsibility for a rocket attack on the airport in Kabul. ISIS and the Taliban both say they were targeting U.S. Defense Secretary James Mattis. He was landing in the war-torn countries overnight after the announcement of a major troop surge in that region. ABC's Ariel Reshef has the latest on the 3 terrorists that were killed in an operation near the airport.
Overnight, a brazen attack on the airport in Kabul, Afghanistan, sharpening the debate over America's longest war.
An attack on an international airport anywhere in the world is a criminal act by terrorists.
ISIS and the Taliban both claiming to have been targeting Defense Secretary James Mattis's plane. Terrorists firing 40 rounds of munitions, mostly in the form of rocket-propelled grenades. But Mattis safe at the presidential palace.
Terrorism is a scourge for everyone in this world.
The stunning assault, an apparent response to the addition of 3,000 U.S. troops in Afghanistan.
This is about making sure that Afghanistan doesn't once again become a safe haven for international terrorists.
Mattis, accompanied by the Secretary General of NATO during his first visit to the region since that announcement.
Through our partnership, we will suffocate any hope that al-Qaeda or ISIS, Daesh, Haqqani, or the Taliban have of winning by killing.
The Defense Secretary undeterred and doubling down on U.S. strategy.
It is what it is, but it's also the reason why we band together and we don't question what we're doing here.
And those 3,000 additional U.S. troops are already on their way to the region. Once they arrive, there will be 14,000 American boots on the ground in Afghanistan. That's more than when the U.S. invaded 17 years ago. Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
Well, it's been a week now since Hurricane Maria made landfall on Puerto Rico with devastating impacts. The deadly storm has crippled communications and knocked out power to most of the island, complicating relief efforts for survivors. The governor of Puerto Rico is saying there's nothing more they could have done to prepare. The level of devastation is, quote, enormous. This was the second large-scale category storm to hit the island in a span of 2 weeks. And now the governor is saying it's important the federal government takes action like it did during Harvey and Irma.
Puerto Ricans are proud U.S. citizens. After Irma, we helped out others, about 4,000 U.S. citizens that were stranded. We gave them shelter and food. During Harvey, we sent out resources to Texas as well so that they can help in the rescue process. And now it's the time to take a quick decision and help out Puerto Rico.
President Trump plans to visit Puerto Rico next Tuesday, and for a list of local locations where you can donate essential items to Puerto Rico, you can go to facebook.com/Boricua or search SRQ Florida Helps Puerto Rico. On Facebook, you'll find the information there. Meteorologist John Scalzi is back again, and John, it's just, gosh, we feel for our fellow citizens in Puerto Rico right now. They are, many of them, in just dire need of just the essentials. They don't even have clean drinking water.
Drinking water, medicines, sanitation. Yeah, I mean, the whole infrastructure is gone. It's terrible, and it's been so long. The good news is, and now I guess today, as of today, the airport is open up. So, some of these relief flights can get in there, and I know there are a lot of charities that have gotten together relief supplies that are going to move in there. Plus,
in fact, Agape from here on the Suncoast from Venice
is that right?
Sending a plane down later today, full of supplies.
That's going to be very helpful, and I guess we've got a floating hospital that's hopefully going to arrive there soon, or maybe it has arrived. It's going to arrive soon. So, hopefully, slow but sure. Just, you got your fingers crossed that dysentery and other things like that don't start setting in. We have across our region right now some fair skies. Lakewood Ranch webcam put into motion shows the blue of dry air aloft, and a few fair weather clouds building as moisture slowly begins to increase across the area. Like the last several days, I think we'll see some showers and thunderstorms built under 90-degree heat as we head into the afternoon. A lot of cloud cover down to the south of us now. That cloud cover part of the moisture surge that will erode away the dry air from south to north across the state. With a few other ingredients, I expect to see the rain chances going up toward the end of the week, but right now, Titan radar are pretty quiet across the state. We've had some showers down around the tip of the state, some thunderstorms as well ongoing, but other than that, things are pretty quiet. Maybe a 10% chance of a shower near the coast as temperatures get to be near 90, and then inland, a little bit better chance, about 20 or 30%. We'll have the weekend forecast, which looks a lot wetter, coming up in just a few minutes, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. Concerns are growing about the safety of the Cincinnati Police Headquarters building following a number of employee deaths from cancer. Tom McKee shows us why city leaders are now calling for the closure of that police headquarters.
I want them to have another place to work for before Christmas.
That firm deadline came Tuesday from FOP President Dan Hills. The reason? Cancer deaths of officers working in the 60-year-old District 5 building. City Council member Charlie Winburn has a different idea.
They need to close this place down in 30 days and find the money for taking care of moving these citizens out.
Hill says it isn't healthy to work in the building, despite city testing for radon, mold, and other things that shows no link between it and the cancers. But he cites the 6 cancer deaths. The number with cancer could be 30. One more was added Monday. Will there be a job action if the deadline isn't met?
Cincinnati police officers are proud, they are duty-oriented, and they will not walk off the job. What actions I'll take or what actions the union will take is yet to be determined.
But Police Chief Elliot Isaac says a solution is in the works.
I don't see any reason why we can't do this before the end of the year. My desire is to do it as quickly as possible.
That involves remodeling this former bank building in Camp Washington to temporarily house about 35 officers.
We're in the process of seeking out what legalities we need to go through in order to obtain that space now.
The issue has now been inserted into the race for Cincinnati mayor.
Out of an abundance of caution, we understand fears, and so there will be an option for these employees sooner than Christmas, and certainly by Christmas.
We're renewing our very, very stern directive to the administration, as we did in March, that we've got to have a plan right now to get individuals in that headquarter location relocated.
That's Tom McKee reporting. A city council member is calling for Cincinnati's mayor to declare a state of emergency. A California police officer is charged with using excessive force during a DUI arrest. Officer Brad Alford is charged with assault with a deadly weapon for using his baton in an excessive manner. Other officers involved in the arrest brought their concerns to authorities, and after reviewing video footage of the arrest, the Rockland Police Department handed the case over to the district attorney. Rockland's police chief said this kind of behavior will not be tolerated.
There's no excusable reason for unethical or illegal conduct. This single incident does not define the members of the Rockland Police Department. The actions of one are not indicative of the kind of response you can expect from this department.
Alford has been with the police department for 15 years. He's currently on paid leave while the incident is investigated. A school district in North Carolina is now saying it is not going to stop students and athletes from kneeling during the national anthem. ABC's Tim Pulliman has a story.
NFL players and coaches kneeling and locking arms during the national anthem. This sign of solidarity and unity is also allowed locally at middle and high school games in Durham and Wake counties. Today, Durham School District released a statement saying the national anthem will be played and it will honor athletes' First Amendment right to stand or kneel. Wake County Schools said something similar, but added students' demonstrations should be tasteful. This protest against police brutality and racial discrimination has swelled into a movement started by former football player Colin Kaepernick. But the idea of some Durham student athletes getting down on one knee like the pros doesn't sit well with some folks. Cal Walker believes the issue has become too political.
I think that needs to be left out of it and let us continue to worship our flag.
However, this father of two disagrees. Eric Cozart says his 10-year-old son plays football for a recreation league. He's encouraging him and his friends to kneel.
This is not only about what's going on in this world, this is about Black Lives Matter.
This afternoon, Duke University's football coach David Cutcliffe said this.
I understand standing and locking arms. That makes sense to me. But to criticize someone, and I don't know their heart, and I don't know their thoughts, their mind, I just would never publicly criticize someone else. I haven't walked in their shoes. I want people, young people particularly, to understand a little bit more about what they're doing.
Durham Schools said it's also teaching students to be respectful of those who want to practice their free speech. School leaders say similar demonstrations will be allowed at middle and high school games in nearby counties. However, here at home, Manatee County schools are requiring student athletes to stand during the national anthem. Well, a duck with a dart in its head has some Wisconsin residents concerned. The state's Department of Natural Resources is aware of the situation, and they don't know how the dart got there. The duck doesn't seem to be affected by it, and apparently is so healthy, experts are having trouble catching it.
I have tried to catch it a few times. It continually flies away. We've watched it swim. It's pruning itself. It's eating. It's actually in very good health. It just has a blow dart in its head. And we have tried to catch it, like I said, but it's so healthy we can't capture it to pull out or to cut off the blow dart, unfortunately.
Whoever did this to the duck may have broken the law. It is illegal to intentionally harm a wild animal or fire any weapon there in the city limits. but authorities are not currently investigating the incident. All right, back to the kitchen now. Another dish from our chef, from the executive chef at Doctors Hospital, Carrie Shalettle, joining Judy in the kitchen today.
Well, thanks, Scott. So let's get into our second recipe. This is a strawberry salsa.
Strawberry and avocado. Yep, and we're going to use some mango as well. Adds a lot of nice color to it. So we'll start out strawberries, fresh cut, always. Fresh is best. However you can do it.
So true.
And then we have the avocados. A little trick with these is you can toss them in lime juice to prevent them from browning if you want to cut them ahead.
Key. Yeah.
The acid will keep them from browning on you. Then we'll go ahead and put our...
You're giving me some ideas. I have a couple girlfriends coming over tonight for light bites, so I'm rethinking everything and going fresh.
Fresh. And get some more honey, more sweet honey into it.
And using the local honey that we have available is going to help with your allergies.
It does.
Because the bees are getting their pollination from our local trees and plants and flowers. And what's that?
This is fresh squeezed lime juice. You can use key lime, a little bit, I think, more sour, but that was just the regular limes that we
Sounds
get
great.
from
Now
our produce.
give this a little,
a
give
little
this
bit
a
of a
little
stir. Then we have some more of our really nice microgreen cilantro. So it tastes almost identical.
You're so leaving that with
but it
me,
is, yeah.
just so you know, I'm taking it
it's
home.
beautiful. We have 3 samples that you can have.
And the bite is so good on these mini, herbs and things like that. It just gives you more of that bite that you want, especially with baby arugula.
Yeah, it does. It's really nice. Then we just, we finished just a little bit of fresh pepper.
Oh, yeah.
And I always add just a little bit of kosher salt to anything sweet to help accentuate the flavor and bring the sweetness out of it.
And that'll bring that beautiful juice from the berries
That's right.
into it as well, right?
Yeah.
Now, I love how you've prepared this. This is basically a dessert salsa. What have you done with the tortilla chips?
Well, these are tricolor tortilla chips. Now, if you can, get them fresh and fry them yourself. That's best. Everything will stick to them beautifully. It's just much better flavor. If not, you can buy store-bought. And I just actually really finely ground the sugar and the cinnamon in my food processor, so it would kind of stick a little bit better. You can also warm the chips in the oven.
I love that. And then to serve it, so you're going to put this in the glass bowl, and this kind of basically becomes a really neat dessert. I think this is so much better. So get ready, ladies. I might be serving this tonight. Thank you so much. Stay with me. We're going to come back in just a few minutes. I'll remind you where to get the recipe and so much more.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Closing in on that 90-degree mark. We're at 88 already. Probably hit 91 or so for a daytime high, similar to what we've done all week long. Very hot with a very blue sky out there. Not much cloud cover. You know, you add all those things up together and that's what you get. Dew point is at 74, still kind of steamy. Can't wait for dew points in the 60s. Next month we'll see that. Southeast wind coming in about 9, a lot of sunshine around. Temperatures hit the 90 already in Highlands County, Lake Placid, Sebring. 89 degrees in Wauchula, almost there. 87 degrees in Arcadia, 88 in Mayaca City, closer to the coast. 88, 89 in Bradenton, 88 Sarasota. 86 in Venice, 88 Parrish, 83 degrees Boca Grande, and Northport at 86 as well. So we had some showers down on the southern tip of the state ongoing there, even a few thunderstorms ongoing. And the reason for that is deeper moisture, thicker moisture from about Lake O south. We're seeing some heavier, thicker moisture throughout the column of the atmosphere. And that's gradually working its way northward, eroding away the very dry air that's located over us. Still, not much in the way of any echoes anticipated for the rest of the afternoon. There'll be a few later on in inland areas like we've seen over the last several days, but few and far between, nothing really heavy. Back to the west, we have showers and thunderstorms ongoing. To the west of Dallas and Houston, those showers and thunderstorms, part of a trough of low pressure that's advancing in this direction. The combination of that moisture lifting northward, eroding away at the dry air, and that trough of low pressure, and perhaps a low pressure area developing out here in the Atlantic and moving westward into the Gulf waters across the Florida Peninsula, all adding up together to perhaps provide us with a wet weekend. Mostly inland showers, warm afternoon, mostly sunny skies today. Lee, a very strong Category 3 hurricane, and Maria, everything old is new again, right? So we now have another hurricane. It was a hurricane, then it wasn't a hurricane, now it is a hurricane once again. But the good news is, again, it continues on a track that takes it away from land. Barely a hurricane at 75-mile-an-hour winds. Maria, Category 1 storm, and then Lee, a Category 3 at 115. Maria has started its turn out to sea. So the forecast model is very accurate on this one, way far in advance of its actual right-hand turn out into open waters. It will continue on that path, and this is kind of an interesting thing. Eventually, perhaps, Maria and Lee will kind of team up together, and they'll become one, and they'll eventually be just a remnant low-pressure area heading off toward, well, who knows at this point, maybe France, maybe England, Scotland, Ireland, who knows, as a pretty powerful storm, pretty wet storm, but, you know, nothing stronger than that, but still be kind of interesting. They'll do that sometimes, cross over the entire Atlantic, usually not as a hurricane, though. I've only remembered that once. One moved into Spain as a tropical storm. Anyway, northwest wind at about 10 knots. This evening becoming northwest again at about 10 knots, 2-foot seas, light chop on bay and inland waters, couple of tides, a 131 low tide and an 843 high tide, next tide after midnight. Forecast calls for a couple more dry days, and increasing moisture leads to better rain chances, and we'll watch if that low develops. Could end up with a wet weekend, or we'll just have scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms, but they'll be more numerous. Back to you, Scott.
All right, John, thanks. The Pacific island of Bali remains on volcano watch. More than 75,000 people have now been evacuated from an exclusion zone around the volcano. The warning level has been updated to 4, which is the highest level on Indonesia's volcano activities warning system. May be hard to believe, but in some parts of the world, women are still not allowed to drive. Saudi Arabia announcing yesterday a royal decree has been issued that will allow women to drive there. This will be the first time in the country that women can legally get behind the wheel. The ruling is expected to go into effect by June. In the past, women have been fined or even imprisoned if caught driving. The move to ease restrictions on women in Saudi Arabia has huge implications for the Saudi economy and women's ability to work there. The White House issued a statement praising the decision, many wondering why it took so long. Still to come on your Suncoast News, how you can catch a live opera performance without having to fly all the way to New York. Stay with us.
The Alfa Romeo Stelvio takes the modern compact luxury crossover and injects it with personality.
Every crossover should be this good to drive.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is the best overall brand for 2 years running and the most trusted brand for 3 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Right now, you can lease one of Subaru's most versatile vehicles, the Subaru Crosstrek, for as little as $199 a month, or get 2.9% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now, we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
I went in skeptical and came away impressed.
Stelvio can spring from a standstill to 60 miles per hour in 5.4 seconds, a segment best.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
And welcome back. 2 beautiful dishes today from Chef Carey at the Doctor's Hospital. Tell us what you prepared.
Well, Judy, the first one is the chili chicken and mango lettuce wraps. And the second one is a strawberry and avocado salsa with sugar and cinnamon tortilla chips.
I love this idea, and it gives you a little bit of every flavor. The lime juice kind of brings out the best of the fruits and the honey and everything. I'm going to enjoy this bite, but I'm going to first remind you to go on our website, mysuncoast.com. Click on dining. You'll get the videos, the recipes, lots of cooking tips, and you can enter to win a $50 dining gift card. So join us on our culinary news tour by logging on, and I'm going to log on to this and send it back to you guys.
All right. Judy and Jeff, thank you both. Soon you'll be able to watch live broadcasted opera performances at the Cinebistro Siesta Key. Cobb Theaters is set to showcase the Metropolitan Opera performances starting October 7th. During the series, each performance will be shown live and then repeated as an encore.
It's a live broadcast from New York City, so it's the best of both worlds. You can sit in our theater, have the full service experience, the in-theater dining, and watch the opera.
I have 2 people very excited about this on the set with me. Performances will feature music from Bellini's Norma, Puccini's La Bohème, and 5 other renowned operas. Pretty Woman is the latest movie headed for Broadway. The film that helped make Julia Roberts a star is being adapted to a stage musical. Producers are aiming for a spring run in Chicago and then a Broadway debut next fall. Steve Kazee, is that right, John? Have you heard of him?
No.
The Tony Award-winning star of Once is set to play the Richard Gere businessman role, while Samantha Barks from Les Mis will make her Broadway debut as Vivian. Leonardo DiCaprio will sign on to play a fellow conservationist. You may have heard of him, Theodore Roosevelt. DiCaprio set to star as the 26th U.S. president in the drama called Roosevelt for Paramount. He'll have a familiar face behind the camera, too. Martin Scorsese will direct him for the 6th time, including The Departed, which won Scorsese his only Oscar. Aerosmith is canceling the rest of its farewell tour because of some unexpected medical issues with frontman Steven Tyler. The band had 4 shows left in Brazil, Chile, and Argentina, and in Mexico. Tyler did not say what medical issues he's facing, but said they are not life-threatening. He said his doctors advised him to not travel or perform and that he needs proper rest and treatment. Tyler promised to be back, releasing a statement saying, quote, "We humans make plans and God laughs. I love you all and will be back with you very soon."
Very true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is.
Very true.
So how excited are you for this opera?
The opera?
Oh, you know, I love these Met operas. My wife and I have been to several seasons of them at the theaters, and I'm just even more excited to do it in a reclining position.
Amen. Glass of wine and a recline. A Les Boheme.
Have a wonderful day ahead. We'll see you again at 5.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Attention Sarasota and surrounding cities. It's the final days of the Bacon's Furniture Relocation Sell-Off. We must liquidate everything in the store at huge savings as fast as possible. Do not miss this opportunity to purchase quality sofas, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio furniture, mattresses, and more. All at the absolute lowest prices possible. Don't miss the final days of the Bacon's Furniture and Design Relocation Sell-Off. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.